Welcome to the Beasts of the NFC East podcast. I am your host, Sean Gnitzcavich, with my co-host, Jeremy Goode. The New York Football Giants finally have a victory Monday at the loss of our brave soldier, Malik Neighbors. But the football has been amazing for the NFC East this week. Well, minus maybe the Commanders, but still very exciting football all around. Jeremy Goode, what is good?
Alabama beats Georgia. Eagles 4-0. Par for the course with this team now. Just wins all the time. Good football. I mean, the whole year we've had good football. Great 1 o'clock games. Great 4 o'clock games yesterday. Giants get a win. We'll talk about that. Dallas, not good. Defense, worst ever, which is good for me and for you too. Yeah. Washington doesn't look great without their quarterback. Yeah, great. Let's get into it. A lot of good football all around.
A lot of great football, and I mean, an exciting football. Even though, and I think the Cowboys tying it probably doesn't feel like a win, but I think with the expectations of the season and minus CeeDee Lamb, I feel like there's probably some Cowboys fans that are happy with a tie over a loss, you know. But as somebody who's tied in the past few years against the Washington Commanders in a game that we definitely could have won, you know, it's not as satisfying. You know,
I'll be honest,
definitely not as satisfying.
The Eagles tied. I forget who they tied several years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and it got them into the playoffs. The difference between them getting into the playoffs and not was that tie.
Yeah.
Anybody who says ties aren't good or they compare it to a loss, factually, statistically, 100% just not true. They help. Now, it's not going to help Dallas because they stink. But the fact that people compare ties and losses blows my mind. It's just so inaccurate. It's so wrong. But yeah, they tie the Packers in Dallas. Really revealing about both teams in different ways. So yeah, it was a high scoring game, highest game points wise that ended a tie, I think, in the NFL.
I think it was second, actually. That's what they said on the broadcast. I heard second, but I might be totally wrong there. Yeah. But you know what? In the meantime, let's talk about something else. There's a New York hope in New York, which is really exciting. Despite everything that, despite my fantasy team being completely blown, despite my parlays being blown, despite Titans fans mocking me because I live here in Nashville about how I traded my entire fantasy team for Malik Neighbors right when his injury happened. Come on, guys, let it sit in. This hurts. We're talking about a real life person here.
Yeah.
The New York Football Giants might have found their future. I think Brian Daboll thinks so, and that was sealed with a kiss after a win. I think maybe we just get into it, Jeremy. Are we ready to start covering these games here?
I am ready. Good games to cover.
All right. Because of the new hope and the excitement of the New York Football Giants and the first win, finally getting a win column, I'm just going to start with the New York Football Giants, who won yesterday against the Los Angeles Chargers, 21-18. In MetLife. Some call it Death Life. A lot to get into. Super exciting game. Jaxson Dart's first start. It's like I said, it's a little sad because I think we just lost our best player, Malik Neighbors, to an ACL injury. It hasn't been officially reported, but it seems everybody's acting like it. I've Googled Malik Neighbors about 50 times over the past day, just trying to get the official news. But it does not look good. And actually, just because we're talking about Malik, who's our superstar, could have been the best receiver in the league this year, stat wise, the way he plays, But the New York Football Giants, I just saw this tweet. I think it was Fantasy Gurus, but we've drafted a wide receiver or tight end or a skill player. Mm-hmm. 6 of them in the first 2 rounds since 2014, and 5 of those 6 have had season-ending injuries in MetLife. That's Wan'Dale Robinson against the Cowboys. I think that was ACL. Malik Neighbors now against the Chargers. Yeah. And another crazy stat. I mean, Evan Ingram, if I want to list them all. Evan Ingram, Kadarius Toney. Who's the other one? There was one more, man. I think it might have maybe Saquon too.
Mm,
But the other weird thing is that Odell Beckham Jr. had a season-ending fractured ankle against the Chargers in 2017, Week 5,
yeah.
which at home, which is like that's just like eerie. It's just eerie, so eerie, and it's like get rid of the turf. Like
Yeah.
I think Odell was tweeting it. I think it was Odell that said it, that like we're talking about how we're taking safety so seriously. You have the
Right.
guardian caps that make people look like idiots, bobbleheads, but you know what? It's safe, and so I respect it. But
Mhm.
why can't we just get natural grass? It just doesn't make sense. We're putting in natural grass for like the big soccer tournament happening at MetLife, but we can't get it for the football players that play there, all season long. Like it's bogus, and it's especially because we have two teams playing on that field too, so it's like getting double beat up.
Yep.
With as we share it with the Jets, it's just it's awful. I'm sure you have something to say about the Malik injury and just screw turf, man. Screw turf. I don't want to be talking about this after the Giants' first win. That's what's so sad, dude. It's
I
like
know. It really,
there has to be
really
an
puts a
asterisk on
damper,
it. There has to
yeah.
be a rain cloud. You're talking about it's a Super Bowl. It doesn't feel like a Super Bowl, and it didn't feel like a Super Bowl for the Giants players. Like if you saw them in their post-game pressers, they all looked depressed, like they lost Malik Neighbors for
Oh,
life.
yeah,
But
totally.
like
Yeah.
losing him for the season, like we have a lot of hope. The defense played great. Jaxson Dart looked I'd say great. I'm not going to say he's a superstar. His stats aren't amazing, but like he
Mhm.
played well,
Yeah.
didn't make mistakes, played confident, played competent, looked a lot better than Russell Wilson did last week and in Week 1. But losing a star player like that, like your whole like goals for the season and what could be is just hampered. So Jeremy, I'll let you talk there after my long rant.
Yeah, it's that's a killer. He's a great player. It's you never want to see that, especially the wide receiver seems like such one of the most pivotal positions on the field these days after the quarterback, and he is yeah, he's top 5 right now in my opinion when healthy. Brutal injury. You're right about the turf. I know the Giants and Jets fans can speak about this because they play there 8, 9 times a year. As a visiting team that plays there once a year, the Eagles are well aware of the turf monster at MetLife. It's awful. They have been victim to it as well. I'm sure other teams have too. It's gotten to a point where it's just like it's not coincidental. I don't know why they don't do anything about it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if you wanted to keep doing turf because you have so many functions, you just get better turf. I don't know if it's the turf itself, but like I'm sure other people use turf and this doesn't happen at the rate that it does. But yeah, but by all means, also just use natural grass too. Um,
Yeah, let's get to grass.
yeah,
I
yeah,
like grass.
awful. It really you don't want to see it for someone who's that young. I think ACLs that you can recover really quickly now, which is great, and be basically the same as you were before. You still don't want to see it. You don't want to see it at his age either, and
Yeah.
it's it's just unfortunate. It looked nothing malicious, of course, from the play. It looked natural, looked pretty innocent, and to be that devastating after something that looked like that, it's just. I think the NFL also just has an injury issue as a whole, not just like torn ACLs. That's extreme. A lot of times you can't do. I think guys are getting just more injured. Everybody, there's more. The rates are higher in terms of guys who are out week to week, guys who don't play because they have more nagging injuries that aren't too serious, but will keep them out at least a week, which otherwise wouldn't. I think the NFL has to do something about like it's just becoming too. People are too fast, they're hitting too hard, too violent of a sport. But that's another conversation. Uh,
But I mean, that's what we love about football is the
yeah, I
violence.
mean,
The violence.
no doubt. But like when guys are like having like it's about like there's so many guys who are now having soft tissue. Like hamstring injuries are going to get like that's at least 6 weeks now, and of course
Yeah.
it should be like like that's like, but it's not like a broken bone. It's not like a torn or uh like a ligament or so. So like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's not good for the NFL either. They sell tickets. They want their best players playing, and do something about the surface. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think also one of the reasons why I feel like players are injured more often than not. I think the players have always been injured this much, except now the players are smarter about it for their long-term careers, so they'll hold themselves out. The coaches are smarter about it for their long-term careers, and I feel like the Jaden Daniels, he hasn't played the past 2 weeks because he's dealing with something. But they even said like if this was a playoff game, he would probably be out there. So
Right.
it is smart. But let's
That's a little
screw
different.
injuries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, just to add on, like I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's a little different with the playoffs scenario, and I agree that like they're smarter and they'll just keep them out. But I think the rate that people are getting injured is just higher than like ever before, regardless of that. But yeah, moving on.
No,
Giants.
Same. And Joe Alt too went out with a high ankle sprain, which is weird. Those guys were picked 5'6", and everybody was debating if not 6'7", but 5'6", debating like if the Chargers should have picked, Malik Neighbors or whatnot. But
yeah,
I think they worked out pretty well because they have a pretty good skill position core. But let's talk about the actual football that was played, not the injuries, because injuries suck. The New York Football Giants defense did a damn good job of keeping those three superstars in the wide receiver room of the Los Angeles Chargers in check, minus Quentin Johnson, who, like, good for him. He's having a great breakout year, and he's becoming the guy. But the New York Football Giants defense was the defense that I think everybody thought that we'd be seeing all year. Like, we were getting after Justin Herbert. Like, that was half the reason why everything was so great. Drew Phillips, who everybody was knocking, had a great game. Second interception of the season for him. Almost took it to the house. We were always so close. We almost took two to the house, and we almost had a big man, Sexy Dex, pick six, which was awesome. I mean, that was just beautiful to see. And it was chef kiss from the defense. I will say one asterisk is that the Los Angeles Chargers offensive line was mostly backups. I think it was at least 3 to 4 backups in there. And when Joe Alt went out, it was just it was adding to that pain. But the New York Football Giants defense looked great. That Sexy Dex interception, everybody loves to see a big man interception. He's played great all year. Obviously, he's not getting the sacks. We had so many pressures. The Giants had a bunch of pressures. Abdul Carter, who only has, I think, a half sack on the season, has been getting it done. He leads all rookies with pressures. I think he had 5 quarterback hits in this game and was just all over the place. And like the Giants front three is amazing. Brian Burns had another sack. I think he's at least top 2, if not the number 1 sack leader in the NFL right now with 5 sacks. Kayvon Thibodeau had another sack, 2.5 sacks this season. Like, it looked good. And the back end looked good. Like, there was, like, Paulson Adebo was making plays. Tyler Nubin, which, was kind of shaky in coverage here and there, especially around Quentin Johnson, but he made some plays in the backfield. Darius Muasau came back from concussion, who was our backup linebacker, but thankfully he came back, so we didn't have to put Abdul Carter back there for half the game like we did last week. He had a nice tackle for a loss. The defense looked like the defense that we were promised, and the excitement of the defense that we were promised. Because, I mean, Justin Herbert was averaging like 270 passing yards a game prior to this. Like, he was one of the reasons, especially with those receiving options. Like, I saw before the game, everybody was like, safe bet, 250 passing yards for Justin Herbert, which is just an insult, by the way. But he didn't. He had 203 passing yards and 2 interceptions. So take that, Justin Herbert truthers. I'm sure everybody who had him on their fantasy lineup was like, oh, this is a good game. They penciled it in. But guess what? Wrong. I tell you what I did pencil in, though, was Amarian Hampton having a great game against the Giants' run defense, which still stinks because Amarian Hampton did have a great game. And I remember when he broke off of that tackle, we were still in the lead, and I have him on my fantasy team, and I was like, we could take that one. We'll take that one, and no more. We'll take that one for my –
Oh, you're a bad fan.
That is a bad fan, dude. It's like to be fair, I was rooting against him the whole. I was like, I'd rather have the Giants be dominant than look better on my fantasy team, which also had Malik Neighbors. So I mean, the season's lost anyway. So I should have just given up rooting anyways. But yeah, I mean, it's just a great defensive effort all around, man. And like Abdul Carter. Yeah. I know he doesn't have like the sack production, but like I said, like leads all rookies in pressures, quarterback hits, and like you see where he gets those pressures in the quarterback hits. Like, man, he's causing havoc. I think on his pressures, Justin Herbert was like 2 of 6 I think maybe one of those interceptions was on there too. I mean, I think Jared Verse won Defensive Player Rookie of the Year last year with only like 6 sacks in the season, but it's because of like 6 sacks might look pedestrian if you're a stat watcher, but like the actual impact that they have with the pressures, and the tackles for losses, and the quarterback hits, like that changes the game.
Sacks. I was going to say sacks are nice. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think pressures are more important overall. Why? Because consistent pressure will always be putting the offense back onto the field. Consistent pressure will also be forcing turnovers too, which sacks aren't necessary. Now, of course, sacks are, but overall, pressures I think that's a big thing now.
Yeah.
Sacks are great too. I'll take them, but like pressures are huge.
Yeah, no, it was big. The New York Football Giants defense was impressive. But let's talk about the other side of the ball. I can't believe it's taken this long to talk about.
I know, burying the lead, my God.
I know, man. We were talking about turf. We're talking about the defense, which was amazing.
And respectfully, just to add,
yeah,
the defense definitely won the game.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and the guy who I'm about to talk about actually said that as well, and that is the New York Hope, Jaxson Dart. Which it was an exciting first game. I think I already mentioned it. He was like the first quarterback rookie debut to beat a lossless team while playing for a winless team, since Mark Bulger and then Phil Simms also did it, another Giant, in their rookie debut. And he also, which is like one of those stretch stats, was like the first rookie to win his debut with a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and over 50 rushing yards. I'm like, okay, that's kind of a reach. That's like very like
that's a little selective.
Yeah,
the first step too, I think, is selective because it's only 3 games into the season. But it's it's interesting to note. But yes, go.
Oh well, I also want to say like that with at least 3 wins. So it's not like you're not counting people that are like 0-1, But
no, yeah.
But yeah, Jaxson Dart, man, like. He looked so like his numbers. He was 13 of 20 with 111 passing yards and that touchdown, which was his little shovel pass to Theo Johnson. But like you said, the defense did win us that game. I mean, even though Andrew Phillips and Dexter Lawrence failed to score on those near pick sixes, they got us into the red zone both times, and that was what allowed us to get that Theo Johnson touchdown with a little scoop pass. Which I will say. Like the play calling in the red zone, I think is still a little off.
Yeah,
it's a little off. Like
gotta figure something out there. Yeah,
but I'll tell you what, the first drive was just so exciting. You saw Jaxson Dart. He's going. Come on, Darius, come back. Oh wait, no, come back. Bam, moves up in the pocket. Bam, laser him, and he was doing that. He was operating in the pocket so well, like the way he was navigating pressure, and it looked like he was going to go break it off. And then he just kind of readjusts, sets, and just slings it. He did another one to Daniel Bellinger in the game, and I think another one to Theo Johnson as well, and Malik prior to getting injured. Which, man, those two receptions for 20 yards from Malik was just phenomenal. Until
put that in the Smithsonian or whatever's in New York.
Yeah,
MoMA, whatever art museum.
But yeah, the Chargers defense also, which like we should talk about. Yeah, they're missing Khalil Mack. They don't really have the edge rushers. Although, freaking Toomey, what is this guy's name, dude? Tuipulotu had 4 sacks. So they were getting something there. But they haven't allowed a touchdown from an offense in the first quarter, and on Jaxson Dart's first drive was just charging down the field. No pun intended. That was just there. But he looked good, and honestly, calling his own number, like he was effective on the ground. Like that's not going to be something that we could be doing all season. Like that's not a way to win games. Like having half as many rushing yards as you have passing yards when you only pass for 110. But like the way the game was going, the way that we were keeping it in control, I mean that was just like what needed to be done to get this win. So. I mean, people can criticize. Like, I had a friend who's like, he only had like 100 passing yards. It's like that's all he needed, though. Like, it wasn't like, and he was taking shots down the field. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he was still pushing the ball downfield. But yeah, he didn't need to be gunslinging in this one when we had the lead from the beginning. Jeremy, what are your thoughts on that?
I'd add on to that not only can you not win games with the way Dart was running the ball, um, he'll just get hurt too. Like I think
Jay
that
Daniels.
this was a game where, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, especially I guess and Daniels too with his like slightness. It's just like they have to modify himself, but yeah, he'll just get hurt. Like you just can't play football that way. He definitely had happy feet. I thought
Mhm.
this game, which helped. It moved the ball. I think that the Giants need to hopefully keep him more in the pocket and have him run more strategically
Yeah.
and away from people than taking all the hits that he did because he's just going to get hurt at a certain point. But he's still young. He'll have to learn that.
Yeah.
Um, they moved the ball with him. They didn't score at a high rate, but defensively, they kept the Chargers at under 20 points. And when you do that, you should win a lot of football games. Um, I don't I don't know if it's just me. I don't get the Scatterboo lead back 25 touches per game. I just don't think he's fast enough to be a 25 back touch guy. Um, I think that I like him touching the ball. I like him catching the ball. I like him rushing the ball too. I guess with Tyre, it's just tough with their running back room, but I just don't see Scatterboo as an every down back. Um, but listen,
Uh,
this is
I'll tell you. I mean, yeah, obviously the Tyron Tracy injury, like they were supposed to be a 1-2
yeah,
punch. Devin Singletary did spell him a few times, and Devin Singletary was efficient in those runs. Like he looked good. Like he
yeah.
was moving the ball. I mean, and the stat sheet 7 for 28. But I mean, Cam Scatterboo, he was needed. I mean, he's a jolt of energy, and like I get it. I mean, that's why he fell to the 4th round. It's because like he doesn't have that breakaway speed. So yeah, he's not getting those like 20, 30, 40, 50-yard runs, but he will bulldoze you for like 10 yards or the 5 yards that you need or the 3 yards that you need. Like, and dude, he is just a nut, man. They seeing him shake his head like before and after every single play like that. Like he is menacing, man. And also, he just like he
Yeah,
plays dead like a possum on the ground until somebody picks him up after every single run. I think somebody was talking about like he looks like he's hurt, but he's not hurt. He just plays like that, and I mean, he's exciting. I get it. He's like probably not going to be like a main like total RB1, and I think that he's built like a great complementary back, and he does have like he only had 2 receptions in this game, and I think that they probably I was expecting them to check down to him more, but the thing is
I would have.
they
Yeah,
had those other like quick passes to Theo and Wandale and whatnot. But I mean, he's a great receiving back too. And I mean, like Scataboom with that 2-point conversion too, which was a smart move by Brian Daboll, by the way. I mean, that's what kept us feeling a little bit safer with those with the 3-point swing, you know. But it was which smart decision on Daboll. I do love that. And it was kind of what needed to be done. But yeah, Scatterboo is great. Darius, like the thing is, this is the issue about the way that this Giants roster was built, which we knew like we weren't making a Super Bowl. As much as I'm an optimistic guy, and I was like maybe playoff run. And I dude, if Malik was healthy after this win and the way our defense played, I think I'd probably be like
don't say it.
maybe a playoff run, maybe a playoff. Whatever.
In the NFC,
On a victory Monday, I can believe whatever I want, man. I can believe whatever I want. Okay? Listen, we got the Saints next week. There's a path. And then we take that momentum into Philly or whatever. But the thing is, we don't have, like, I've seen too many seasons where Darius Slayton is our number 1 wide receiver. And, like, I love him as honestly, I love him the most as, like, a wide receiver 3. But his, like, you have all these other teams. Like CeeDee Lamb goes down. You have George Pickens, which to lead the charge and pave the way towards a potential win and ultimately a great tie against the Packers. Terry McLaurin goes down. Deebo Samuel can go off and almost lead a comeback against the Falcons. Like, I mean, Darius Slayton has done it before. Like, but there's a reason why we haven't had like winning seasons with Darius Slayton as our wide receiver 1. And now we don't have a Saquon Barkley to be our other superstar in the backfield. Like Cam Scatterboo, like you said, I love him. There's a reason why he fell so far in the draft to the 4th round, even though he was like one of the best and most exciting college players. and almost led that Arizona team to the college football
last year.
championship. Yeah, like single-handedly. But like, yeah, he doesn't have that breakaway speed. People aren't really fearful of Cam Scatterby. Like, he's efficient, he's great, he gets the job done, but he's not a superstar. Now we don't have that plus factor. So having Jaxson Dart in his rookie year, like in his development, like Brian Daboll, I'm sure, I mean, he was stoked. I mean, he kissed the man, which, like, honestly, I felt like kissing Jaxson Dart after that game too. And I feel like the booth wanted to kiss Jaxson Dart's mom because they kept panning over to her like a million times in that game, which I saw some pretty ratchet tweets like, "Hey, Malik Neighbors, I'll give you my ACL. Just give me Jaxson Dart's mom." like, oh my gosh, come on, guys. I love it. I don't care. I mean, it's harmless, but we just don't have a superstar to or just even like we don't have a Pro Bowl level skill position player that can just be there to help Jaxson Dart. And like you need that. Like, that was something that we talked about with Daniel Jones' development. Like, he didn't have like a number one to kind of help him and lean on. And when he did have success, Saquon Barkley was there to spell him and take the pressure off of him. So I don't know, man. I've seen some people mocking trades for like us to trade like Kayvon for Chris Olave because the Saints season looks lost. But like, which honestly, I love Kayvon and I love the Fantastic Four, but that's a trade that I would actually maybe consider. But that's all.
Yeah, I don't think the Saints would consider that.
I don't think they would either. But that's all hearsay and speculation. Oh, I mean, the big one that's online is sign Odell Beckham Jr., which honestly, at this point, why not? Like, if he wants to come, like, if he's a scrub, guess what? Like, he won't play as much. And the players that we have will still be the players that we can play, Like, but he's at least another option, and it'd be exciting, But, I mean, he's probably washed, but it would be a
you really need
story.
This is a league where you really need two elite wide receivers. Unless you have a special quarterback that throws to everybody open and can create with their feet, with their arm, just their ability to pump fake too.
Yeah.
Like Josh Allen and Mahomes. But
hey, Jaxson Dart can do that, man. Jaxson Dart. Listen, I know he's not Josh Allen or Lamar.
We're gonna see a little more.
But I mean, he showed his athleticism. Obviously, I mean, that was like one of the highlights.
Oh yeah.
And one of the big plays was his, like, he had like a 50-60 yard run that was called back with a holding penalty, and also like like you said, he needs to give himself up. They thought he got injured. They had to pull him in the tent. Russ had to go out for one play. That scared the hell out of me. I did not want to see that. But luckily he came back in and he was totally fine. And he said he was just a little gassed. Like, that's why he looked the way he did. And, but he's athletic, and that helps. Like, especially, like I said, like maneuvering in the pocket. And because he has that in his arsenal and he can take off for those yards, when he steps up and he looks like he's running and he throws those passes to Darius Slayton and Daniel Bellinger and Malik Neighbors, like, it's more effective. And dude, like, he looked great doing it. Like, it was refreshing to see. And we got the win. Jaxson Dart got his first win. Brian Daboll's seat is a little less hot for 1 week. And the Giants got their new hope. Man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Giants, congrats.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of wins. We gotta stoke in the ones that we get.
That is true. That really is true. I think if you're the Giants, you should trade Russell Wilson now. Apparently, during the game, it was trending that maybe he's on the move. Trade him, get whatever you want for him. He's not doing you any good here, unless you want to continue to lose. That he's a great option. But it seems like you're stuck where you have to develop Dart right now. If that's the case, and trade Russell Wilson. And trade Jameis too.
No.
I don't get signing Jameis. Like, he is a legit starter with some of these injuries in the NFL, especially with Cincinnati. Like, Jameis should be starting over Jake Browning. Like, I don't get why the Giants, like, you could get something for him. So, like,
hey, listen,
he should definitely be.
Giants
Yeah,
Giants and Browns, we love hoarding quarterbacks. I mean, at least we let Tommy DeVito go out into the wide open for the Patriots to sign him. But I
yeah.
listen. I know, like, I guess, yeah, trade one of the two, but no, like, we still need a backup quarterback, especially, and there's no way Joe Shane or Brian Dable, like, if Dart does go down, if they want any chance of saving their jobs, they're going to need somebody competent, which is, I think, why they had the backup plan of Russ, Jameis,
But
and Jaxson Dart. And, but,
but if that's the case, in my opinion, I don't know how much I want to talk about it,
yeah,
but like if that's the case, like let's say Dart gets hurt,
yeah,
then what I would say if I'm Dable is listen, this was my quarterback. I like we're not going to win without him. So I don't know why. Like if you fire me, okay, that's on you. Now it's not because he's just not a good coach either.
yeah,
But like he could defend himself by saying I didn't have my quarterback at all. If you fire me, okay, I'm gone. But like I didn't have my chance to have Dart. So like that's where it's like don't. But then if you do put Jameis in those situations if Dart's hurt, then you're expected to win too and develop. And I don't know if the Giants can win with a backup quarterback, even if it's Jameis. Like, I like Jameis, but, like, he's a backup, and the Giants roster just isn't that good. So, I don't know. We'll see.
yeah,
I don't know how good the Chargers are. I know they're 3-0. I think that the Chargers still have their stink from the Staley years. And I just think that they have to prove themselves more. But they're definitely 3-0 coming into this game. And I think it hurts. I think it hurts a lot of the West Coast teams traveling East Coast. But, yeah, they got the win.
yeah, they did get to – we did get the win. And honestly, like, I know that they're missing Khalil Mack and their edge rushers. Obviously, Tuli Tupulotu had those 4 sacks like I mentioned earlier. But,
Sure.
I mean, the fact that, like, we didn't see a big plays from, Diane Henley, who had, like, all those picks, like, a couple weeks ago. Or, Derwin James, too. Like, Derwin James had a pretty quiet day. Like, that shows that Brian Dable's play calling and Jaxson Dart's operating of the offense was sufficient enough to maneuver around those stars and actually, move down the field, score touchdowns. Like I said, I don't love the red zone play calling. Just to kind of wrap this up, like Jaxson Dart had that nice rushing touchdown on that first drive, and I feel like they tried calling like those QB draws like a couple more times, and I'm like, this is like it's not that efficient. That's why, honestly, the Theo Johnson play call was kind of nice because it leaned towards what they thought was going on with like a Cam Scatterbo run, which they were stacking the box, and like that was, and it was. I mean, I know it was like a 1 yard shovel pass to Theo Johnson, but like you see a lot of those fail, like they're especially because the pressure, like that's such a quick bang bang play. Like the fact that Jaxson Dart got that off, respect. I'm not going to treat it like it was like a 70-yard completion down the field, but like those little plays, like, it might not look
He was
like
very
much,
careful
but
on that.
yeah,
It looked
precise.
like he looked like a 6-year-old in gym class learning how to do a chest pass for basketball class. Nothing wrong with it. He got the job done, but he was very particular in the way he passed it with both hands. And lucky the defense didn't it wasn't too intentional. But yeah, good, different creative play. Those seem to work. The Eagles ran sort of a few of those this week too, in different ways, and it's tough for a defense to defend those plays. So if you have Jaxson Dart, you might as well get creative with some of the play calling too. Yeah.
Yeah. I will just say this because the Giants did sign Young Hui-Koo because Graham Gano is constantly injured. He did not play. Judd McAdamy. Dude, the names today, man, are screwing with me. Judd McAdamy. I'm just gonna say that he won the job. Who's kind of been on the roster for like 2 years, as our whatever. But everybody was excited about Young Hui-Koo. The Falcons were like, take him, he sucks. And I guess Jordan Renan reported that when he was vying for the job in practice, when he was practicing the kickoffs, he hit one of the players on the kickoff team in the back. So yeah, maybe he's not ready to be our kicker. So just wrapping up that nice Giants victory Monday win with a little bit of kicker news there. But and also I will say this too, the kick return is we had Tyrone Tracy back there a couple weeks ago. Now we have Devin Singletary. You threw Deontay Banks in there too. like next to Gunnar Olszewski, we're just like rotating the players here now. And honestly, like Deonte Banks, who like kind of lost his role on defense, although he did have an interception that didn't count because of a penalty. He looked pretty good on that kick return, so maybe just throw him back there. I mean, he had 2 for 54 yards. I mean, Devin Singletary, same, 2 for 53 yards, but they were efficient. I don't really know what's going on there where we have to rotate our kick returner. Like Brian Dable, you did this before where we lost to Dory Jackson. Just don't put any of our key players that we need back there. Devin Singletary,
right?
Fine. Keontae Banks, fine. Cam Scatterbo, I love, and I think it'd be fun to watch on a kick return, but like we kind of need him right now. We're a little thin on superstars, so please, Brian Dable.
It definitely seems to be a running back position though. Yeah. The new kick returner, I think teams are realizing.
Oh, 100%. All right, but let's move on to these Philadelphia Eagles. In the meantime,
when do you guys unleash your banner? Next home game?
Yeah, we will. Yeah, for our Super Bowl. Listen, Jeremy, I know we don't get a lot of wins, but I'm not treating this like a Super Bowl. I love it. I like I said, the Giants are. No. I'll take my victory Monday. Just like every other team. We've had seasons where we win. I mean, I know last year we only had 3. I think this year's going to be different. I think we're going to actually go on a little win streak too. Just you watch.
You do have the Saints next, which is that's helpful.
Yeah. No, it is. But
sometimes it's about other teams losing.
No, we're going to need some momentum, and with Jaxson Dart, and especially, I mean, like I said, I know there's not been any official ruling on Malik Neighbors, but I'm pretty sure he definitely won't be playing next week. Oh man, still nothing. Right, yeah. Still not. No, nothing. Nothing official yet.
Nothing.
Yeah, but regardless, let's talk about those Philadelphia Eagles. You can thank the New York Football Giants for eliminating one more lossless team as you guys continue, and you guys also eliminated one more lossless team to be to keep the win streak alive. And the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which they've had trouble with in the past couple of years.
Yes.
In Tampa Bay, 31-25. Jeremy Goode, let's hear about this Philadelphia Eagles.
This was a game that when the schedule came out, I had written as a loss, to be perfectly honest. So we just haven't had much luck down there. They have their head coach, Todd Bowles, runs a great defensive scheme against us in terms of blitzing Jalen Hurts. It's also very hot. They've also had pretty good talented teams as well. Yesterday was different. The Eagles went up 18 a few times and, held on to it overall. First half was great.
Yeah.
They threw for 130 yards in the first half, scored 24 points. Offense was moving, looked great. Everything was awesome. Second half, not so much. Defense held strong. They ultimately won the game. They let up 2 big plays, which is unlike them. And it is okay overall. I think they'll correct it with Vic Fangio. Got turnovers, forced a fumble, forced interception, had a few 4th down stops, made plays when they had to at the end when the Bucs were driving. Jomo, big game. He had a sack, and then he had the final pressure. Although I think Jalen Carter also contributed on the 4th down pressure. This team they have a knack for winning. They have a really good recipe going right now. It starts with their the 53-man roster where it's just really talented all around in enough places at such a high level. The coaching is really good. The defensive coaching is really good. I think all their coaches, like their defensive line coach, their linebacker coach, their cornerback and safety coach, I think they could all be defensive coordinators. And I think one of them could actually be, well, maybe not a head coach yet, but maybe in the future could be a head coach.
Hey, he's done it before. He was great with the Broncos.
Yeah, but I'm talking about their cornerback coach Christian Parker. I think they could be defensive coordinators very soon. I think he actually will be, and then maybe head coach for Christian Parker later on. But we'll see there. Bobby King, their linebacker coach, great job with Jahad Campbell, with Zach Bond. It's been amazing with them. They covered well
Yeah.
yesterday, which was nice. Keely Ringo started, which wasn't great because of injuries. I thought he was pretty good in coverage. He cannot tackle to save his life. He's probably the worst tackler in the NFL. And that has to be cleaned
Yeah.
up a little bit. I don't think it'll ever be cleaned up perfectly, but you can clean it up a little bit for sure. But coverage was fine.
Yeah.
Cooper DeJean, unbelievable game. Broke up so many plays, a lot of tackles. Coming from, it's funny, you have Keely Ringo, who can't tackle, to Cooper DeJean, who I think is probably the best tackling corner in the NFL. His coverage was brilliant. Quinyon Mitchell's coverage was brilliant. It was great to see that. I think they've been pretty decent throughout the year, but this was their best game for each. Pass rush, a little bit of a concern. We were injured, which didn't help, but I think that this team sometimes has issues with closing the gaps, with getting to the quarterback, and then sometimes the pocket will collapse and they'll close in, and then Baker will sneak out of there and make a play. Give him a little bit of credit. He can do that. He's a talented quarterback. But at the same time, you just have to finish in those situations. Offensive line I think they've been pretty injured this year. Lane Johnson left the game again midway through the game and didn't return.
Another stinger.
Hopefully, that's what hopefully it was another kind of stinger. He was sitting on the sideline with the team, so like last week, which makes you think it's not serious enough for it to be long term, but serious enough for him not to get back into the game. Obviously, the weather conditions were awful. It's tough to play in Tampa in late September. It just sucks. But other teams do it too. Like that wouldn't have been an excuse to lose.
No. Yeah, weather is like the worst excuse.
And it's weird too because it always seems like the Eagles have like played there like 3 times in the last 3 years, and it's always been like week 4. But other teams, but like I never feel like I hear the stories about other teams having to travel to Tampa with the weather. Just like, don't get me wrong, end of September is probably the worst of the worst. But like, I don't know. I feel like I don't hear it with other teams, which is weird. Maybe the Eagles make too much. I don't know.
Maybe I think you guys make too much of it. I feel like you guys, when you're winning that much, you're trying to find something to complain about and excuses. And I feel like weather's.
But
not to lie, it's kind of weak sauce.
But like, don't like it's like going into the week. A lot of radio stations had ex-players on, Jason Kelsey, Ike Reese, Hugh Douglas, and they all said it sucks to play in the heat like that. So it's not for me. It's like the weather definitely played a factor. It's like I don't like. I'm glad they figured it out. They haven't Cam Jurgens, their center, who they just extended, who has been, I think a top 5 center when the last few years, or I guess the last year, but he was a good guard too. He's just been bad. He's been pretty bad this year in terms of.
Vita Vea 2 sacks on
it.
Man. Like Vita Vea, great player,
a little older now,
but he's not known for his.
No doubt, he can get to the back. He for a nose tackle in his size, he's still pretty talented in getting to the backfield. But Jurgens wasn't great. Landon, I think he had back surgery. I forget which surgery. I think it was back. He had surgery in the offseason. I think he's still trying to work through that. Landon Dickerson also had surgery in the offseason. I think he's working through that. Those two haven't been amazing, especially in pass protection. I mean, it's a win's a win. And special teams, another blocked punt to start the game.
Yeah, dude, the block party,
Cameron
man.
Latu,
nonstop Philly block
Cameron
parties,
Latu, University of Roll Tide. I love Cam Latu, by the way, too. I think he could be an awesome tight end. We use him as a fullback. We use him as a special teamer. I think there's something there with the tight end department in terms of blocking, in terms of even pass catching, too. He was a pretty good pass catcher in college. 3rd-round pick for the Niners. So there was definitely talent there. I love Cam Latu. Tampa Bay's a good team. Like I said with the Chargers, I don't know how good the Chargers will be going forward. I still think they're good, but if we've seen the Chargers stink, I'll be honest, I think the Bucs are a good team. I don't think they're as good as they were last year. It doesn't help that Mike Evans was hurt, but they still had Abuga. They still had Godwin too. So they have their offense. I think they're a good team, the Bucks, but I just I just don't think they're as good as last year. I think they'll win games. They'll be competitive. They can make a playoff for sure, especially in that division. What? Yeah, they're
Yeah.
the NFC South. I mean, my God. But I think that
Yeah.
it's a tough place to play. It's a tough team to play, but I think the Eagles are also fortunate that they're just a better team than the Bucks. Which last year they were beat up going to Tampa. No Lane, no AJ, no Devontae, I think, and no maybe I forget, but it was a mess. It was nice to have.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I did hear that the Eagles have all those losses to the Bucks. They haven't had AJ Brown
Correct,
in their
and
team.
I think that most
Yeah.
of the two of the games they also didn't have Lane Johnson as well. Um, Even though they didn't have AJ those games,
And this
they
one
got
too.
killed in those games for what it's worth. So that wasn't great.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
last year was definitely injury, but like still, you could see them losing. Bucks are a good enough team though, so it's a great win. Eagles have had a hard schedule so far. You move on, a lot to work on. First half was great. Second half sucked for the offense. I
Yeah.
it's you gotta. I want to start a trademark, Sean. It's stacking September wins. But I feel like
Stacking
I need an
September.
S. I need another F.
Stacking
Well, no, that
September.
would be that.
Yeah, stacking September.
I don't know, but
Man, there's a good
yeah,
one. Just stacking September is
you
good.
you
Just there.
you have to win. You build off of the wins. I still think it's kind of
I,
preseason mode for some players, some teams, essentially, even for all teams to an extent. So good, they keep winning. That's great. Um, and they're mixing it up here and there. So, yeah, they had a lot of cool trick plays in the red zone, which was nice. Instead of a tush push, they faked a tush push and went to Saquon. That'll be nice going
mm,
forward because that'll keep teams on their toes. Um, it looked like they were the Kansas City Chiefs back in the day with Mahomes and Travis Kelsey with that like little inside pitch, sideline pitch. That was kind of cool. I was surprised the first one they count as a forward pass to Goddard. The
yeah.
second one definitely was, but yeah, interesting. It was nice to see Goddard get in the end zone a few times because oftentimes he's a victim of other people's success, like AJ Devontae. So good. The trick plays were good. I like being
Yeah.
creative. Patullo was great in the first half. They could pick up in the second half for sure, but when defense had you, they bailed them out, and that's awesome. Defense was great last year, of course. The offense is trying to find their identity. They don't want to be the same offense as last year, which is good. Hopefully, this first 4 games they're learning and they're being rewarded enough with wins, which is all that matters. So good.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this. I mean, Bucks also injured. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody's a little injured.
definitely.
I mean, four games into the season, but still, there's I mean, injuries all over, as you can see, just in the NFC East alone. But yeah, they didn't have Kalijah Cansey, who's great in their interior. I think that could have made a difference. And obviously, they didn't have Mike Evans. Chris Godwin came back, but first game from the ACL
Limited
didn't look
limited snap.
amazing. Yeah, limited snaps. I mean, it's it is what it is. Micah Parsons, though, man, what a superstar, and it's crazy because like I feel like he was always like the number 2 in Ohio
Yeah.
State, but like, and he's like the number 2, 3 technically, I guess, but like I mean he's kind of like their number 1
No, I
this
think
year,
he's
really for the
one. Yeah,
Bucs. Have a
nothing,
loaded
not to
receiving room.
disrespect Evans, but I
Yeah,
think he's one. Yeah. Yeah, listen, the Eagles. I mean, going into this week
yeah,
too, it was reported that Tampa had all these injuries. I go, oh my god! And I thought they were going into this game. I thought they were going to win. Over the summer, not so
yeah,
much. Going in, I thought the Eagles would win. But then Wednesday, a
yeah,
late report like they have now Nolan Smith on IR, Jacorian Bennett on IR. I
yeah,
go, oh my god, we're just like the advantage of like the injury thing was just like went away instantly. And I still thought we were better, but like yeah, that changed a lot, but they win, so good. Another week, another week.
no, yeah, no. I mean, like you said, stack your September wins. But I'll tell you this, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
like the passing game with Jalen Hurts. I know I was talking about with Jaxson Dart. Like we didn't need to pass the ball. That's why, like and when he needed to pass the ball, he was efficient. I feel like that's the same with Jalen Hurts. I mean, it looks bad in the stat sheet. I mean, AJ
uh-huh.
Brown still nothing.
Yeah,
Devonta Smith still nothing. I mean, the leading receiver was Dallas Goedert with 37 yards,
Right.
and he had those 2 touchdowns. But like, and even Saquon Barkley, man, like Saquon Barkley has not had the numbers, or I feel like the superstar success that he had last year whatsoever.
Yeah,
I
think that's a product of the offensive line being hurt and just playing poorly.
Yeah.
Because if there are holes to, it's just been poor from the offensive line in terms of run, in terms of pass protection. But yeah.
I mean, like, listen, I mean, the Eagles are still one of the only undefeated teams. Who's left now? Because we knocked off the Chargers, you guys knocked off the Bucks, and then the Rams knocked off the Colts.
49ers lost yesterday.
And the Rams aren't winless.
We beat the Rams.
49ers. Are you guys the only undefeated team now?
I feel like there has.
I haven't.
I'll look it up.
Can't be the Broncos. Not the Broncos Bengals. I think you guys are the last of the undefeated. And thank God we got off of I know we might not win another game this season, but it feels really good to get
Buffalo,
out of
Buffalo,
the winless teams. Oh, yeah. Buffalo, of course. Yeah. Buffalo who smoked the Saints. That's, you know what, that game was like off my radar. That's probably why I wasn't registering, you know. Yeah. But yeah, Buffalo, obviously. But I mean, yeah, you guys are out of the 2 undefeateds though. I think Buffalo is showing a lot more of like the makings of a Super Bowl team 4 weeks into the season. I'm just going to say that. Like I have 1 win. I'm a Giants fan. The Eagles are coming off a Super Bowl, but if I'm being honest with you, the lack of the pass rush, which has always been a staple of the Eagles, like, I mean, I don't know where you guys are in sacks this year. Thank God you guys have a pretty stacked secondary for the most part.
Yeah, kind of.
And linebacker,
right.
Like, you guys, like, you're supplementing it. But the lack of offensive, really just like explosion. I mean, you guys put up 31 points. Don't get me wrong. But
20,
seeing the run game,
24 for the offense, 7 for special teams.
24. Yeah. But you know, the lack of like rushing success with Saquon, the lack of passing attack with just Jalen Hurts in general. Like I feel like it should be a little concerning. But like you said, I guess this is your preseason in September, where you guys just remain undefeated, and then you guys get into gear come play.
I think that's exactly what I think. That if you're going to have these pains early on, use September for it. And if you win every game, a lot of people thought they could go 2-2 in the first 4 games. So, you know, you would take 3-1. You definitely take 4-0. I think that's what I think this team is just, they're such a new team from last year, such a different team. I think they're using September to learn about themselves and hopefully progress going forward. And that's great. And it's even better when you're still winning the games that, you know, you're playing. So, hopefully that's a positive. So yeah, I like what you said.
Yeah. No. Anything else you want to talk about your Philadelphia Eagles, or do you think
complete takeover in South Florida? I guess that's not technically South Florida, but takeover in Raymond James Stadium. A lot of green. Embarrassing for the Bucks. I don't get. You know, you have a good team, even though I don't think you guys are great. Good team still. And I mean, just it was Philadelphia South down there. It was great. It was great to see all the Eagles videos and stuff that came out of Tampa. So yeah, it was a good win, and hopefully they got to take cold showers after the game.
Yeah. Oh, you know, Coral actually just texted me. I guess this is a good transfer. Coral is my fiance, who is a Packers fan. And we'll just move it over. I think that this is it. The Dallas Cowboys took on the Packers in Dallas. Micah Parsons returned. Big game. And they tie it. They tie it in a very exciting Sunday Night Football tie, which I feel like some people thought it was going to be a stinker. Me, I don't know. I need to stop crapping on the Cowboys. Our Giants suck. The Cowboys, I think, and you too, Jeremy, you got to be a little nicer to the Cowboys. Listen, I mean, we can hate them as fans, but give a little bit more respect. Yeah, but listen. And like you said, we'll get to it. but they tied the Packers in Dallas 40-40. And my fiance, this is her statement as a proud Packers fan. Proud of my Packers, proud of Romeo Doubs. Golden is looking better, and love me some love. Okay, that was good, Corey.
Well, I hate to say it, and I
right.
guess this is how this started off. I like Jordan Love. He costed them. He costed them a win last night with his time management at the end of the game.
The time management.
Obviously,
Of the game.
get the time.
I think that was the whole offense. The whole offense was just what are they doing? Like, I think that needs to be coached up.
Yeah, but that's.
I think
LaFleur. I think LaFleur did the quarterback has he was in no hurry. They're lucky there was a second left on the clock. Oh my God, that was wild. And obviously a tie is so much better than a loss there. So good, but yeah, that was there's something about Love that I just like. It separates him from being elite, So yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. You can't put the time management on him, but I think Jordan Love is like
they almost didn't even run the play. They're lucky. They were so lucky there was a second left.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, that's fair. And honestly, I feel there was a lot that went on. I mean, that game, I feel like there's like a million storylines within that game alone. I mean, like the Micah Parsons thing, like that he did get his sack. He did get was the official sack what saved the game for the Packers there on Dak like in overtime when he was about to score on that rushing play and he stopped him to force him to kick the field goal. I think that was the lone sack. And he was getting pressures left and right, man. Right. I mean, like Micah Parsons is great, but honestly, the Cowboys, dude, we had a little we finally had our Jatavian Clowney game, man. He recovered a fumble on a James Houston strip sack. Like that was solid. I mean, Jordan Love, like that, you could blame him for that with the strip sack there. But I mean, dude, he did play great. I'll say that. I mean, we're covering the Cowboys here.
Yeah, definitely. But he's not
Yeah,
he's a good quarterback. I think I like him more than most people. But that ending was just like it cost them a win ultimately. We'll take the tie for sure. But.
That's true. Yeah, no, 100%. But talking about the Cowboys, the defense is as bad as everybody said. It's still that awful. Trayvon Diggs had an interception that got taken away. So hey, you know what? Diggs looked like he was maybe back to himself, but no, he still was slow. I mean, like Jordan Love was passing all over him. He ended up with 337 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. But I mean, like I feel like if he needed something in the passing game, he had it. Like there was always something available. Like the touchdowns to Romeo Doubs just seemed like automatic, man. I mean, it's just like that Cowboys secondary. Even Deron Bland came back. Like it didn't really seem to make that much of a difference because of the holes there. I will say Malik Hooker did go out though too, so that made him a little bit weaker in the safety position. I think he had something wrong with his foot. It looked like, or toe, but. I mean, yeah, Matthew. I thought Matthew Golden would have his like coming out game here, and he did in a way. I mean, he didn't light it up, but like, he had that.
The reason why they tied is that massive fourth down catch in overtime over the middle.
That and he started off the game with a nice like 40-yard reception too. So I mean, the explosive plays are still there. Tucker Kraft, was kind of like stifled. Man, dude, they love their big helmets over there too, dude. They're a Guardian Cap team, man.
Bright color
with freaking Savion Williams and Romeo Doubs.
Bright yellow color too, obviously. So, yeah,
stands out.
Yeah,
but what strikes you from this game? What stands out the most from this Cowboys tie? From this epic back and forth Cowboys tie?
They still, and I said this earlier, a few weeks ago too, Sean. They still have, even though I don't think they're that, they're not like the teams where they have Super Bowl aspirations and they ultimately fail, but they have the Super Bowl kind of talent. Yeah. They still have decent enough talent. Now, not playoff talent. They're not that good, but between Pickens, I guess, Dak enough as just a guy who can swing the ball.
Dak is good, man. Dude, the Packers defense is good. The Packers defense is good.
Right? Yeah, but I don't know. They gave up 40 points, and they lost to the Browns.
Yeah, but they only gave up like 10 points to the Browns.
It's still the
13
Browns.
points. I mean, it's fair. That's fair.
Dak, yeah. I mean, Dak is a top in talent wise. Dak's a top 15 talent still. I think that he gets away with. I think he's the most classic quarterback in terms of stat padding when Dallas is down by 28 points in the fourth. And then because of the defense sucks, and also because he didn't play well during the game, and then they lose by 10, and he threw for another like 3 touchdowns, and everyone's like, "See, look, the stats are great." And it's like, no, they were losing for the entire game by 100, and then he just made it up by padding. But yeah, I mean, they have between Pickens, Ferguson, I think is a pretty solid tight end. The run game with Javonte Williams is solid, I guess.
No, he looks, dude. He looks
yeah,
good, man.
I mean,
we have to give him. I think we both thought he was just dust
cooked
when they signed him, but and he did look cooked the past few years since his ACL.
Yeah, listen,
in Denver,
if he can stay healthy, he's not bad as a running back. So they have their offense can still score points. It's one of those things where next week they only score 20 points. I wouldn't be surprised either. So it's a weird team. Their defense is just awful. They are lucky that Bland wasn't called on the pass interference on that OT drive on the left-hand sideline. I forget who the receiver was, but he was it Wicks? Maybe not. I'm not sure.
I think it was.
He completely pulled him down. Yeah. It wasn't the most egregious, but he definitely interfered. Yeah, when they, I guess the storyline is when they need to get a stop on 4th and long, over the middle, 3 guys in zone. It looked like Love still completes a pass to Matt Golden. Great ball by Jordan Love, cool under pressure, and then for Matt Golden to secure it while going to the ground and protect the football too. Great catch by him. It's a weird result for Dallas because I think that they want to lose for draft implications. I think that they're that bad of a team this early. But
the fans, the fans,
right.
Plus, with all their draft
I guess
picks,
I guess the players are delusional. I think that some players might, realize the writing's already on the wall. But
I'll tell you what, dude.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
No, I'll tell you what, though. I don't think any team's trying to take. I don't think any player on any team is like, oh yeah, we should get a better draft pick so that they can get a draft pick and replace me. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I think that there are some players, I think that there are guys on the Saints who just realize we're going to lose every game. So I agree. I think
there's not even a quarterback out there really in college football though that I feel like is even worthy of tanking for.
Yeah, I still think at this point. I'm still betting on Arch, and if anybody's noticed Ty Simpson down in Tuscaloosa, he might be something. But I agree. There's not but someone's always going to make a home run hit on a quarterback every year, usually, unless that one year when it was Kenny Pickett and
Brock Purdy
and Malik Willis. So
that wasn't the Brock Purdy year. What am I saying?
Well, might have
Purdy
been.
Was.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe Brock was. I don't know. But I think I still think teams are betting on Arch Manning. When I would too. So listen, it definitely is early to be rooting for losses for certain teams.
Yeah,
I do think when you get to week 13, week 14, you're going to be on that team next year, and your job isn't at stake. You're going to be looking at that quarterback then. But again, it's early this year. Dallas goes out.
Yeah.
They tie Green Bay. Everyone thought Green Bay was amazing after 2 weeks. I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with them.
Listen, we're learning. We're learning every single week. Listen, the Browns game. That Browns defense is solid, but then look at what the Lions did yesterday. So it's like you're learning. And the reason why everybody was so high on the Packers is because they smoked the Lions in front of everybody's eyes in the beginning of the season. And it's like, oh, wait, are they that good? And that's the thing, though. The Lions have an awesome, explosive offense. And the Packers defense stifled them. Obviously, it's week to week to week, but like Dak Prescott did well, and a team that that forces turnovers, that makes big plays, like they were efficient on them. So like, I mean, give the Cowboys their flowers.
So
as many flowers as you can give them for a tie.
okay, that last part makes it more fair. For what it's also worth, Dak's the highest paid player in the NFL. So
that's fair. That's fair. So he needs to be playing like it.
Yeah, or like we can't like reward him for like tying Green Bay when they're home. I get that CeeDee Lamb's out. Pickens, what a game by Pickens! Oh my god.
Dude, George Pickens, dude. He played like a wide receiver.
I don't get him.
I believe he's in his contract.
Yeah, I don't get Pickens either because like he has all the talent, but then it seemed like he disappeared in Pittsburgh. Maybe that was a quarterback situation.
That was quarterbacks.
I don't know that. I feel like he like the receiver like demand the ball. I don't know, but he great game and Dak will sling the ball absolutely. Either winning by a lot or I should say winning or either losing by a lot. He's going to sling the football. So even though CD's out, Pickens can slip in. Ferguson can get more of a role. I think Ferguson's a really nice tight end. I think that he was big when the first year everybody knows him and he sort of lost steam, but like he's pretty productive. How do you replace CD? You go more to Pickens and Ferguson. Maybe you find someone else too. I don't know.
Jalen Tolbert too. Jalen Tolbert had some solid, and Ryan Flournoy, who this is like the first time I feel like we've really seen him actually used, but he had a design running play, 2 receptions. I mean, like it doesn't look good, but like, you lose CD, it makes rooms for a guy like Ryan Flournoy to,
Kevon.
Get some action.
Turpin had 3 catches for 30 yards. I like them getting Kevontae Turpin in the offense. Obviously, I think he's the best kick returner in the NFL. And he does punt returns too, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
He's great on special teams. I still think you need to involve him in the offense down the field as a pass catcher. He might not be great at it, but figure it out. Like he can contribute. So, if you're Dallas, weird outcome. I mean, they really came close to winning this game, but I don't know.
And I'll tell you what, dude, and the reason why they were able to win the game too, which is not win the game, but tie the game, was the fear of Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah.
Like Brandon Aubrey being like his longest kick in this game was only 22 yards. But if you remember the way that the game was going, the Packers stayed on the field so that they could keep marching down so that like Brandon Aubrey wouldn't have the ability to tie the game. And I think that's when the strip sack happened.
Yeah.
Where James Hughes had that strip sack and Jadeveon Clowney recovered the ball. And like that's what allowed the Cowboys to come back into there. Just the fear of Brandon Aubrey itself, which I thought was
wild, especially with the new kickoff rules, how if you get to the 50-yard line in Dallas specifically, it's almost like a chip shot for Aubrey. So,
no, it's nuts. No, it is. Yeah, because the new kickoffs, like I feel like the field position you're starting so much.
It's wild too because
much more favorable.
If you make a play, and this isn't just Dallas related, if your special teams tackles a player off a kickoff and they only get to the 23, that's massive. Like most of these guys are getting to the 30 to 35. I don't know, it's a little much, but
I like the new kickoff.
I don't mind it as much. I think it's okay. I think sometimes it's yikes, especially if they're not calling holding and blocking the backs. And it seems like that is down, which is weird because I see them all the time. But it's not the worst thing.
But we did have one loser in the NFC East this week, and that was the Washington Commanders, who lost to the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. After the Atlanta Falcons got smoked by the Panthers and were scoreless, they put up 34 in a win over the Commanders, who only scored 27. I think that sounded okay. But, I mean, Marcus Mariota got you guys one win. And, in his revenge tour, beat the Raiders. couldn't get that revenge win against the Falcons. I wouldn't say this loss is his fault whatsoever. I mean, as a backup quarterback, he played serviceable. He had that interception, 2 passing touchdowns. wasn't crazy. And wasn't as mobile as he was in the pass game, which, like, I mean, he's older. He's not the mobile Mariota that we remember coming out of the draft.
Right.
But it was the defense. Like, the Falcons were scoreless last week. Michael Penix was
against
awful,
Carolina,
and he was able to just against one of the worst teams in the league in the Panthers. And this week, Michael Penix just carved him up, and it was over in the beginning. Like, the score looks a lot closer,
right?
But, like, I mean, the Commanders came back in the second half. Like, they were allowed to come back in the second half, but, like, first half it was 17-10. Which is, one score, but it just, the way that the Atlanta offense was moving, it was was definitely stifling to the Washington Commanders. And like, Drake London finally had his come out game of the season. Everybody was waiting for him to explode. 110 yards. Bijan Robinson, who I traded for Malik Neighbors in my fantasy league, had a really good game. Yeah. The Commanders defense, man, like, I think we said this, like, they have some great, like, stars on this team, but then they, like, filled in some of their holes with, like,
older players. Yeah.
Superstars.
That's what I was saying in the offseason.
And it shows. But hey, Mikey Sanders still had a nice interception. So respect there. That one of their core young superstars. Jeremy, what do you think about this game for the Commanders? I feel like
it's
one that you forget.
It's weird because I don't think Mariota was very good, but I think he was competent, especially at his age, especially with his abilities, which I don't think are that great. And I think that he definitely played competent football, which I guess is all you can ask for him. So even though he didn't play well, it's a weird balance between that. Washington's defense is old. I get that if Daniels plays, this game is different. Although even when Jay Daniels has been healthy this year, he hasn't looked amazing. So I think what hurts this Washington team too is they were betting on Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt to be a premier elite running back. He's had a few touches. He's been on the okayest side, but nothing special at all. And I think that they just, I don't know. They just they got older in the offseason on both sides, and that's the opposite way you should be going for NFL teams. I think. It's just they doubled down and they said we had a great year last year. We want to get more veterans and better talent, but in order to get that better talent and what we're offering, they're going to have to be older players. And the defense, you just can't have maybe the offense you can get away with some old players. Maybe you can't have old players on defense. They are too slow. They lose their form in tackling, but more importantly, the speed is gone. And if you don't have speed on defense, you're not going to make a play, and you're going to give up a lot of points week in, week out. Discipline. I guess with Daniels it's different, but the defense, he doesn't play defense. Like it's just a bad. Like, and Atlanta, like you mentioned, Sean. Like, Atlanta's a very talented team on offense if they can get it working. Last week against an awful team, they didn't score a point. Concerning.
They are a good offense. Like I kind of said, like they got their
no doubt, but to your point, they didn't score a point against one of the worst teams. Women. So and we've seen that with Atlanta over the years too. Like they have the names on paper, but they often don't deliver in the games. I'd be concerned if I was Washington. I think that you have a quarterback who is very talented, but body type wise can get beat up, and it's pretty frail.
Playstyle wise,
I
mean, that's why he's hurt right now. That's why he kind of struggled last season too, is because he had that rib injury that I think he suffered in that early win against the Giants last year, and dude, the fact that he has this injury now is going to probably hamper how he's going to play when he comes back, which is like, I
No
mean,
doubt.
it's
A good
one thing
point.
to like try to keep him
Yeah.
healthy, but yeah, like he's even when he comes back, I feel like that's gonna just kind of be there in his play style. But we'll save that. That's all hearsay. We'll see how it actually ends up playing out when he finally gets back on the field, which I think should be next week. But the thing is, we don't know. Like
Yeah.
it's like the same thing that we had last week, where it's like should be next week.
Right.
I will say this: Terry McLaurin also out, like their other superstar. But Debo Samuel, man, he does look like he's the old Debo Samuel. Like he was efficient with Marcus Mariota. I
Yeah.
mean, he had a nice touchdown. They're using him in the run game. Wasn't as efficient in the run game, and like the big storyline here, all season is I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this backfield, and it's completely split still. You got Chris Rodriguez there with 7
Right.
carries, Ja'Cory Cross with 7 carries. I had a friend who was like, should I start Jeremy McNichols in fantasy? I was like, dude, I know he had a big game last week, but he had like one explosive run. He only had like 4
And
touchdowns.
that run too,
Like it's
that play to with
yeah.
McNichols was so beat. Like the fact that like credit to him, he didn't like get tackled ultimately, and he kept his eyes downfield and kept his legs journey. But like, there's he didn't do anything to break through that middle. Just no one tackled on that play. But yeah, it's funny because the Giants last year, your Giants didn't have much of a run game, but they put in Tyron Tracy, and he did a pretty solid job starting. And I think that's sort of what Washington wanted this year out of maybe crossing Merritt, or maybe even I don't maybe no, yeah, definitely crossing Merritt. Maybe now with Chris Rodriguez, and it just doesn't seem there. It's just 2 years in a row where Washington is having a committee running back situation where they have 2-3 guys who are okay, but not a go-to on the ground, and it hurt them ultimately at the end of the season last year, in my opinion. And this year it's been worse. So
yeah, no, I mean Austin Eckler obviously, injured early in the season, and he was the number 1
true.
guy,
but would you even bet? Would you bet on Eckler? Like even as a number 1 guy?
Well, that's the thing. They're betting on these past their prime stars to like be their former selves.
They're doing it because they want to save money. They're trying to save money in that way because of where they're putting their other money. But it's not working. I don't know. They maybe so far at least it's not working.
Yeah, I mean a Commanders team that had went to the NFC Championship last year, and they made exciting moves with Larry Tunsil, Debo Samuel. Like that's awesome. But like in the draft, I think that we thought that they were going to go in different directions. It doesn't help that Josh Connerly doesn't look really good at their first round pick, their right tackle. Trey Amos has been playing pretty well, although like
older player too, though.
Trey Amos
as a rookie, older
out of college. Yeah.
Which helps and, for your first year in those situations. Ultimately, was my point.
Hey, Jalen Lane, who won Rookie of the Week last week, because I guess a Washington Commanders fan rigged his computer to vote for him like 10,000 times, which respect. But also, Cam Scatterbo could have won that last week, and I think he was maybe more deserving than Jalen Lane. But I guess you had some early returns on him as like a later pick, and Ja'Cory Cross Merritt as a late pick, but like to lean on him as your running back, like I thought there was so many good running backs in this draft. Like they could have won, they could have gotten Ja'Cory Cross Merritt and maybe picked up somebody in the middle too. Like I don't know. It just seems like there's been
it's funny
or even like Tank Bigsby. Tank Bigsby was on the market. You know what I'm saying? Like and the Eagles aren't using him, but he's an efficient running back. I feel like he kind of gives you a better version of what you're trying to get out of Chris Rodriguez. But I will say, I mean, Chris Rodriguez and Ja'Cory Cross Merritt, like they were efficient in their running. Like they both averaged 8.4 and 6.7 yards per game.
Yeah, but on seven carries, which is again good, but not like it's not the most like you want more touches at that level, in my opinion, for just 7. But it's kind of funny. I'll compare it back to the Giants. We know that one year where they went to the playoffs and they got cooked in the divisional round in Philadelphia, and then it was all downhill after. No problem. And then it was all downhill after that. Similar situation with Washington. Last year, they go to the NFC Championship game. They lose to the same team, ironically, and in the same fashion, a big butt kicking. Where do they go to after this? And I see them kind of doing a similar path to the Giants. Obviously, they have their quarterback, it looks like, if he can stay healthy. So that's different.
Yeah.
But again, with these teams, like they go far.
I mean, it's not the Giants. It's not the
It's not
Giants
the
in that
Giants
sense. Like they
necessarily,
have more superstars.
but they're
Yeah.
older. Like the reason why it's not the Giants
Yeah.
is because of the quarterback situation. We think health wise, at least, and
Yeah.
maybe coaching too helps. But I just
Yeah.
Washington's more most of this team is closer to retirement than building around for the future. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they
Yeah.
do.
No, I feel like I'll tell you what, dude. They're relying on like first and second year players. I
Right.
feel like, and then all of their veterans are like like you said, towards the tail end of their careers. Even Terry McLaurin. I mean, he's out with injury. He's an older
Yeah.
receiver too. That's why like they didn't
29,
want to
right?
give him the contract in the beginning
Yeah.
there. Yeah, but it is what it is. I think that's anything else you want to say about the Commanders? I mean, I think, like I said, I feel like this is a forgettable loss. Like you
Yeah.
have your backup quarterback in
Atlanta.
against the Atlanta Falcons early in the season. I feel like this isn't a game that like Commanders fans will be talking
No
about.
doubt. Easy to overreact as a
Yeah.
non-Washington fan.
Yeah. No, I mean, fair. I mean, the thing is, like, the implications of this team that came out in this game is their defense is suspect, and
a lot of people,
their run game is suspect.
Yeah, and a lot of people thought that was be the case in the offseason this year. I mean, you just you're bringing back a lot of older guys who I thought a few of them were exposed in the NFC Championship game, and maybe you just get younger at that position, regardless of the name and the legacy they've already produced in the NFL. But we will see.
Von Miller. That's what you're talking about. Yeah. Bobby Wagner and Von Miller.
You got it to the T, yes.
Yeah.
I still remember that one play, the Saquon touchdown, the first after Washington kicked a field goal in the NFC Championship game, and Bobby Wagner takes the worst route to the it looked like if he after the game watched the tape and said, "I'm going to retire," I think just because of that play, I think it would have been valid. But these guys have love of the game. They still have some juice. They still have some talent. They can still produce, of course. It's just it's to ultimately what level, especially since they are the guys on that team and they don't have like other stuff around them to sort of boost them. I think that's what I think they have to be relied on a little too much at this point. So yeah.
You know what? Let's. I feel like that was a little too real. So let's get into something a little lighter, like fantasy football, which is actually pretty devastating for me. Like I said, we're like neighbors on all my fantasy teams because I'm a homer, and that is looking terrible for me. But me and Jeremy, I also have a fantasy league, which is a best ball all NFC East fantasy league. And being the homer I am, of course, I have Malik Neighbors. He was my first overall pick in that league as well. But we the league is best ball, only NFC East players. We drafted before the season, and then we'll have our best quarterback, 2 best running backs, 2 best wide receivers, and our best tight end and a flex to determine the scores here. Jeremy, how do you think this outcome came based on our
I don't
rosters?
love my team, but then I'm remembering your roster with Neighbors, AJ Brown, and Devontae.
I know. Actually, you have AJ Brown.
I do.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Duh. I want to take the win. I think I won.
Well, think again, Jeremy. Well, I'll just break it down. Your quarterback, you have the Eagles and Commanders quarterbacks.
Yeah, not having
Jalen Hurts got you 19 points.
What did Jalen give me? 19.
Actually, you want to pull up the calculator again just to make sure I didn't miscalculate.
Yes,
this?
I have 1%, so I'm about to die. But let's see if this.
Let's see if it'll make it.
19
there, because I remember both of our tight ends were our flexes, which I thought
132.8.
That's what I got. I was actually able to freaking do some math for once.
Yeah, it's not that I underrate. It's like I took Daniels and Hurts for my. I was hyped about that.
Yeah,
and that's
that's fair.
Daniels is hurt. So, Yeah,
And
brutal.
Hurts is
Jeez.
yeah. Well, that's just about an episode. Do you want to just do like quick picks
Yeah,
for
quick
next week,
picks.
or
Okay, yeah.
yeah, let's round it out here. So we're going to talk about week 5. We're going to talk about week 5 way too early because we don't know about these injuries. Malik Neighbors still hasn't been announced if his ACL is torn or not, which I could Google again, but I feel like it's getting to a point of insanity with the amount of times I've Googled
Yeah,
Malik
he might
Neighbors
get
trying to get an update here.
investigated.
Yeah, they think that I'm stalking him. No, I'm sure there's a lot of people who are freaking
Oh
out
yeah.
about this.
Oh yeah.
Me included. Which, rest in peace, my boy. We'll start off here with another noon game for your, or 1 o'clock East Coast, noon for me here in Central, for the Eagles with the Broncos heading over to Philadelphia. Jeremy, what's the spread? What do you think?
Let's go Eagles -5.5.
Eagles -5.5. It's actually -4.5. We're close there.
I was thinking yeah. I'm always off by one. Yeah.
Wait, I do want to just say something here. I think I guessed the Giants score.
Did you?
No, I was so close. No, it was 20. I had the Giants winning 24-21.
Oh.
I still had the 3-point spread, though.
There you
I had
go.
the Giants winning by 3.
There you go.
What I mean, this is way too early because the Broncos haven't even played this week, so we have no idea. But what is your prediction for this one, Jerry? Score-wise, throw out a little score here.
Oof. Okay. Let's go 34-20 Eagles.
I like that. I mean, the Broncos defense is good, but has been
a little shaky too so
see.
far. But we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. Broncos 20, so obviously you have that spread there. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's like way too early. Like the Broncos haven't even played.
It's tough for sure.
But I'm gonna probably still take the Eagles because like the Broncos has looked suspect. Bo Nix has been looking suspect this year. I think he'll probably have a big performance against the Bengals tonight. But I'm gonna go Eagles 24 because honestly, I'm gonna go lower here. I'm gonna go Eagles 21 because I think the Broncos defense is better than the Eagles offense has shown. Hey, dude, the Eagles offense, like, I mean, they've been putting up points, but they haven't shown that they can be elite yet. So we'll see how that goes.
No doubt. I just think 21 is definitely notably low. Like, it's an interesting pick for sure, but compared to like 21 to 20, I guess my point is like 21 to 24.
Yeah, it
feels like 24 is massively more than 21. So it's interesting. It's an interesting pick by you for sure.
Fair, but yeah, that's and I'll go Broncos 14. So cover that spread. The Giants are going to the Saints at the 1 o'clock noon slot.
Yes.
What do you think that spread is? Giants going to the Saints. The still winless Saints and the 1-win Giants.
Well, what's the Saints record?
0-4. I don't know if it's going to be Tyler Shuck either. Maybe they'll finally make a change.
Let's go. I want to go. Jesus. Let's go. I'll go Giants -2.5.
Dude, you nailed it. You nailed it, Jeremy. Yeah, dude, you're getting better at these spread guesses, dude.
I think that's a good. I think, and I was going to say too, if it wasn't that, I think that's a good number. I was going to say after pick, I think that's a good number. I think it could be. It could be more. I think to open up 2.5 makes sense. I think as we go on in the week, it could be more too.
I think people are stoked about Jaxson Dart, which is crazy because I think they said the most bet was the Chargers -6 yesterday.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, big again. Such a big number.
Screw you, bettors.
Yeah, and bettors should know better. I mean, it's such a big. I get that like things have changed over the last few years where we can have those lines more realistically, but I just still think 6 is such a big number. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, and you guys didn't even win, Chargers, so screw you. Also, I always like whenever you upset a team like that and you just see like everybody's all the analyst
Yeah.
picks. Like the Giants, dude. It was Jaxson Dart's like first game, and I feel like there wasn't that much CBS like coverage about like that game because it was on
Right.
CBS. Like on the pregame, it was like mostly all more about the Chargers, but that's good. So for this game, Jeremy, I'm going to take my pick first, and I think Jaxson Dart puts it together. I think it's an all-hail Slayton game. I think Wandale never fails. I did see after the Malik Neighbors injury, though, the target share was like Wandale 30%, Theo 30%, and then it was like split up 15% between like Slayton, Scadaboo. Yeah. And I will say this too, snap-wise, to try to replace Malik Neighbors, I'm assuming, like, let's be real here. Jalen Hyatt and Bo Collins, UDFA out of Notre Dame, kind of split those. So maybe Jalen Hyatt, for all the Jalen Hyatt truthers, maybe they'll finally see him do something, but I don't have much faith. I think the Giants, like, they take this momentum, they keep it rolling. The defense keeps up what they're doing against a suspect Saints offense. Suspect Saints defense, really, too. I think Scadaboo has a big game. I don't think Tracy's going to be back. I'm going to go Giants 31.
Wow.
I'm taking it. We're going to need this. If we're going to roll without Malik, dude, we got to roll hard. Giants 31, Saints. I'm going to go Saints 10. I'm going for a whooping. Let's hope this doesn't come back to bite me. But I'm thinking the Giants defense is going to be pissed. Like we didn't look like we won that game in the locker room. We were still pissed. Right. Jaxson Dart has a lot to prove.
It's
still.
Tough because
Giants 31, Saints.
It's 10. Tough because Neighbors is out. The score. I have 3 scores that I kind of like. 19-14 is one. 19-16 is another. I think I'm gonna go.
Oh wow, you really hate.
I just don't. It just sucks that like now it looks like you have a formidable quarterback and the best player's out for the year most. So it's like, it just
sucks.
I'll go 19-17 Giants.
Don't even cover the spread.
Maybe the spread moves to the other way. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, well, I think it's going to go more than
I would
Giants
think so too.
I think.
But I also might, because of Neighbors, I don't know if it will explode as much to the Giants side as originally I thought. Just crazy. It's wild how an injury like that just alters. I mean, it's not wild. Of course it makes sense, but it's just so impactful.
Yeah. All right, next on the docket, we have Dallas Cowboys at the Jets. Jeremy, what do you think that spread is? Dallas Cowboys. The Jets, another team that's playing tonight. So like we don't really know
that's unfortunate.
Is back at least tonight. Justin Fields is back tonight. So
it's in New York.
It's in New York at MetLife or Death Life. Let's see if anybody's ACLs survive.
And New York's 1-2 right now.
Yes, currently. Wait, no, they're winless. Jets are winless. They're 0-3.
Oh, jeez.
Playing winless. We got the winless Jets versus the winless Dolphins.
My God.
I love that. Dude.
That'll be interesting. I guess if the Jets win, things would change tonight with I'll go Cowboys -1.5.
-2.5.
I thought it was going to be 2.5, but I didn't want to repeat and be a repeater. Like you see on tests where you go, could it be when it's a pick of like A, B, C, could it be 3 Bs in a row? Would they do it? And they do it. So that's unfortunate.
They do it, man. Yeah, no, you have to go with the answer.
I know, that sucks.
And
I also could have seen like 1.5, but like, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I knew
what do you
I knew it.
Toss out a score for me here. What do you think this game's going?
I don't know.
I want to hit on one of these this week, dude. I want to hit on
maybe
one of these. We haven't correctly.
Maybe. Sheesh. 28-27 Cowboys.
28-27 Cowboys. Oh, another high scoring game.
I think the Cowboys can do it with their offense. And I think, unfortunately, the Cowboys' defense can also be high scoring in the other way. So we'll go that way.
Yeah, no, 100%. I kind of feel the same way. I know the Jets' defense has they're strong in a lot of ways, but also, Like they have some strong players, but they've also allowed like the Steelers to march on them.
Yeah.
The Bucks, two good offenses. I kind of like the way you're going there. I mean, that kind of actually skews. I do like that. I'm gonna go totally different. I'm gonna go Cowboys 27, and I'm gonna go Jets because I just don't think that. I feel like the Cowboys are more competent at this moment, and I'm gonna go Jets 24. So still close game. Cowboys cover the spread.
I get if you go lower too with the Jets, like low 20s, 20, 21 points. So I can see that too. Yep.
But the Cowboys defense, man, like he said, like I feel like there's at least 3 touchdowns being scored by the Jets on that Cowboys defense. Last one. The Washington Commanders head to LA to play the Chargers, who are pissed off because they lost to the shitty Giants. What do you think that spread is?
I guess we don't know if Daniels is playing, which is tough. But the game is in LA.
In LA.
Let's go. We don't. Dan. I don't want to go too high, but maybe.
Oh, you know what?
Yes.
I think it has been revealed that he's going to be playing next week.
And do you think the line reflects that too? Is that what you're basing it off?
Yes, I think the line does reflect
okay,
that.
I will go Chargers -3.5 then.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's not guaranteed, but like it's pretty much hinted at that he's going to be back.
Okay.
And McLaurin, I'm not totally sure on that, but 3.5. It's actually 3. So you're close again, man. I mean, you've been within a point on all these guess
that's
spreads.
In a way, 3 is interesting because that's like I guess technically the way they give 3 points to the home team, even though I think that's changed over the last few years where it's really like 2 or 2.5. Yeah, it's kind of like pick 'em, I guess, for Vegas right now.
Yeah, no, they love those. Yeah, so yeah, -3 right on the number. It's my turn to pick this one first. I'm gonna go. Chargers are pissed off. I saw them. I don't think that the Commanders' defense is as frisky and as feisty as the Giants were at getting to the quarterback. That being said, the Chargers' O-line is garbage. I don't really respect the Commanders' edge rushers, so that goes middling there. I think the Chargers come back, though. The Commanders, if Jay Daniels is back, I think they're going to put up an offensive fight. I'm going to give them 21 points. But the Chargers ultimately, I think, regain their form. I think Justin Herbert goes back to looking like an MVP. I think all of their wide receivers eat. Ladd McConkey was held to like 1 catch for 15 yards, I think, because Drew Phillips was locking him down. Mikey Sanders still might do the same thing. But with Quentin Johnson and Keenan Allen there, and Amarian Hampton, who's been killer, man. If Bijan Robinson had the game he had against that defense last week, I think Amarian Hampton could do the same. I'm rooting for it because he's on my fantasy team as well. So I'm going to go Chargers 31, 10-point spread swing there. Jeremy, what's your score for this last one?
I will. I think that this is a get right game for the Chargers offense. I'll go 30-24 Chargers.
All right, Chargers 30. I mean, that's pretty close. I mean, that's. I feel like that's the way that we're.
I think Daniels helps. I think he's a. Obviously, obviously, but yeah, I think that what a difference he'll be even if he's not 100%.
No, 100% on that 100%. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's a podcast, dude. I mean, Giants finally get a win. My boy Malik is probably done for the season, so don't feel as excited about our first win of the season, but it is what it is. Jeremy, anything you want to say before we
another week, another win? You know, sometimes it gets old. It gets old sometimes. I don't know what to say, but yeah, I think.
Well, stacking September is over, so we'll see.
That's right. Jalen, I think last 20 games Jalen Hurts has played, started and finished the game. They are 19-1. It's been the best stretch in Eagles history. So it's been great, and hopefully it continues.
Yeah. You know what? Enjoy that. Enjoy it while it lasts. Cowboys fans, I don't know. At least your offense looks good still. Commanders fans, Jaden's going to come back. And Giants fans, we have a new hope, hopefully, because it's been 1 week.
We have a new hope. Hopefully, put that on a T-shirt. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's it, man. That is it. Anyways, like and subscribe, comment, tell us how awful we are, tell us how great we are. Don't be mean though, because honestly, I have a fragile ego. Jeremy can handle it, but I cannot. It will haunt me. So
maybe we'll take questions. We'll post. We'll get some. I don't know. We'll do something.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have some live streams for the Giants Eagles coming up, so look forward to that. And you can see our pain in real time, or happiness. Hopefully, Jeremy's pain and my happiness. But anyways, that's an episode. Love you guys. Peace out. NFC East.